I've got to tell you guys, throughout the course of the baseball season, I don't sit there and watch that many baseball games. I think what most people don't understand, that as a handicapper, when the games are being played at night, that's when I'm working on the next day's card. I mean, that is my research and development time, you know? So, you know, and to be quite honest with you, sitting there and watching every pitch and every inning of every game, whether or not a pitcher can paint the inside corner, whether his slider is working, whether his control is on or off, it's inconsequential. It means nothing in terms of winning the next day. And considering I've just racked up another winning baseball season and that I've now won, let's see, baseball seasons, I have now won 12 of the past 16 years in baseball. It certainly has worked to my advantage. But I got to tell you, last night, you know, I had the play that I bet on was the Houston Cougars, and that's what I released to you. And, you know, it was a thrill a minute watching that damn game. Down at the end of one, Case Keenum, I never had any doubts, but 9 touchdown passes for the Houston Cougars quarterback as they get the win and cover, laying the 28 points and easily winning that one over Rice. So another football winner. But when that game was pretty much settled, you know, then I finally flipped on baseball. And you cannot help yourself if you're a baseball fan, whether you gambled on the Rangers, whether you have the Cardinals, whether you're like me and you have the Rangers in the series, you can't help yourself from watching that game and go, it was a thrill a minute. I mean, the first 6 innings didn't seem that attractive, but those last few going into extra innings, I mean, you talk about edge of your seat excitement. A great, great game. I got to think it's going to get Boffo ratings, even though nobody's really been watching the Classic here so far this season. But that all leads into my free pick that I've got for game number 7 tonight. And if you watch the videos all week long, you know that I haven't deviated from who I like in the series or who I like in game 7. And I'll explain to you exactly why in just a moment. Plus, got a money-saving discount coupon code that'll save you $15 off of any single purchase you make today. That's coming up as well. I'm Al DeMarco, FYI, if you haven't noticed yet, but then again, you're on my page and you're watching the video, right? By the way, later tonight, and I keep my fingers crossed because when you're dealing with programmers, you always have to have your fingers crossed. The Countdown to Kickoff preview show that myself and Steve Budin do every Sunday to break down all of your NFL games from a point spread perspective. It has been at some of the sites that you're currently watching this video all season long. We are adding it to more sites effective tonight. Again, fingers crossed. You know, when a programmer says it'll be done today, that's like, you know, if they told me the sky was blue, I'd have to look up twice to confirm it. That's how it goes with programmers. Temperamental a lot. That's for damn sure in this industry. Computer programmers are. Now that I've pissed off every computer programmer watching this video today. So hopefully that will be up and you'll see the ad here on the homepage and you can click and watch it for free. As I said, Steve and I break down all the games, talk about different gambling issues, and have a hell of a good time in the process. Now, listen, I want to talk about a couple of hot handicappers. Chris Jordan tonight. Second biggest college football release of the season. 600-star winner number 3 out of 4 on BYU and TCU tonight. If you had bet just $1 for every college football release alone that Chris Jordan has released over the past 2 years, you would have won $7,645. Not too bad. That's just in college football. Overall, dating back to 2006, so we're talking a 5.5, almost 6-year period, those same $1 bettors have won $27,675. Tonight, second biggest college football release of the season, BYU and Texas Christian. It's a 600-star play. He's won 3 of his last 4. I think his last one, in fact, was San Diego State, the 7-point road dog, winning outright by 2 touchdowns at Air Force a couple of Fridays or Thursdays ago. So that was his last one. Also, congratulations, Jeff Benton. He, like I, had the Houston Cougars last night, another 30-dime winner for him. So kudos to him. Hey, listen, I talked about Anthony Redd in yesterday's video, as I've talked about Anthony Redd every day this week. He actually lost a game last night. But that's the bottom line. He had lost the game, but he was seeking his 5th consecutive college football 50-dime winner. Also cashed in with Jacksonville as an even bigger play on Monday night. And he is still, despite last night's loss, as he fell with the Miami and Florida Hurricanes. And did I not warn you about the Hurricanes, that you just couldn't put your faith in them last night against Virginia? And what happens? A double-digit favorite, outright loser to a mediocre Cavaliers squad. But still, Anthony Redd has still won 8 of the past 10 days, guys. And tonight he has a 30-dime play on BYU TCU. Overall, he's on a 10-3-1 run. And over the last 9 days, $10 bettors have won $4,725 playing his selections. Tonight, I also have to play on BYU and TCU in the Alphabet Soup game being played, of course, tonight. That one's at Cowboy Stadium in Dallas. It's just as strong as my winner last night on Houston. Of course, Wednesday I gave you Pittsburgh, 103-74 run the past 126 days. And I call it my revenge or rout lock of the year because, as you know, this has been a series at TCU, who used to be a member, or is still a member, at least for this season, the Mountain West Conference, like BYU used to be, but of course BYU bolted and became an independent this year. I think the key here is, TCU has dominated the last 3 years, winning those 3 games by a 101-17 score, but let's remember, that's when they had a top-ranked defense in the country. They no longer have one. That's when they had Andy Dalton at quarterback. He's no longer there. And this BYU team comes in with 5 consecutive wins, has also covered 6 of its last 7 as a road dog, or on the road period, and 5 straight as a dog. Question is, can they stay within the 13.5 points, or does TCU absolutely roll them again? Revenge or rout lock of the year, that's what I've got going again. I played just as strong as the Houston Cougars last night. Now, your money-saving discount coupon code going with the Halloween theme is going to be CANDY15. CANDY15, C-A-N-D-Y, and the number 15, no space between them. The number or the word, when you enter it in your shopping cart when prompted, say $15. I love giving you money-saving discount coupons. I love it. You love it. I can make you money and save you money at the same time. And that's what it's all about, guys, because I feel you should be rewarded for your patronage and your loyalty and for putting up with me on a daily basis. I mean, my wife doesn't even do that. Well, actually, she does, because she's got that video poker addiction. And, let me tell you, it cost me a hell of a lot more than those $15 discount coupon codes with her video poker addiction. Anyway, that is CANDY15. CANDY15. Now, let's talk about game number 7 of the World Series tonight. As you know, I have a 15-dime play on the Rangers in the series, and I have them at a 10-dime play on the Rangers in the series minus 150. I am not deviating from that play. I've told you all week long that I like the fact that Matt Harrison was going in game number 7 this evening, and I'll tell you why in a moment. And some will say, well, are you worried that the Rangers will be deflated after last night's loss? That's something that you always have to consider, but this is the 7th game of the effing World Series, guys. Do you think they're going to be harboring ill will or bad thoughts or instant bad karma because they lost last night's game in such a dramatic fashion, choking twice when they were 1 strike away on 2 different occasions from winning that game? Gee, when I put it that way, maybe they will be. But no, I'm not worried at all. Plus, listen, what's my options here? Let's think about this mathematically. If I was to try to bail out on the Cardinals, okay, I would have to make a 10-dime play. The Cardinals are currently minus $1.30 in this contest to $1.35, right? So I've got the worst case scenario. If I lose with the Rangers in the series, I lose 15 dimes. That's my absolute worst case scenario. You see what I've done. You've seen the last 4 months. I certainly have the profit in my pocket, not only from baseball, but overall the past couple of weeks. If I try to bail out tonight and I go with St. Louis, and let's say St. Louis wins, then all I'm basically doing, is, I'm going to pick up 10 dimes of profit. I'm still going to walk away with a net loss of 5. So if my worst case scenario is a net loss of 15, and my best case scenario is a net loss of 5, we're talking about a 10-dime differential, guys. Hell, I've won 20 dimes in college football the past 2 nights. I'm not worried about this whatsoever. So again, I'm not going to do this. And plus, let's also think of it this way. How about if I put a 10-dime play on the Cardinals tonight and they lose? That means I lose 13.5 there, win 10 on the Rangers, and I still end up with a losing day of 3.5. So the choices are lose 3.5, lose 5, or lose 15. It's just not that big of a scenario to bail out on for those of you that are my customers. Now, I gave you the Cardinals last night as a free pick. I'll tell you what, I like the Rangers here tonight, and this is why. I know Matt Harrison has made 4 postseason appearances, including 3 starts, and his earned run average is 5.02. And, of course, he started the game in Arlington, in which Albert Pujols went 5 for 5, hit the 3 homers, and what was the final score? 16-7 in that contest. He gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned in 3 2/3 innings in that particular contest. But Matt Harrelson has pitched much better on the road this year than he did in Arlington. And that's why when I saw how the pitching rotations were going to fall, that's why I liked him in game number 7. And I think that's one of the reasons Ron Washington, when he could have opted to go with Derek Holland here on full day's rest instead, is staying firm with his commitment to Harrison. Listen, in 4 interleague starts this year, interleague starts, Harrison had a 2.28 earned run average. On the road this year in 15 starts, 6-4 record, 2.99 earned run average. He started in the ALCS against Detroit, 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 Ks allowed. Registered. He started in the ALDS at Tampa. Another 5-inning performance, 5 hits, 3 runs allowed, 9 strikeouts in that game. The Rangers won both of those starts. Listen, the Rangers have won each of his last 7 road starts. That includes at Detroit, includes at Tampa, end of the regular season, included at U.S. Cellular and Chicago, included at Fenway, included at the Big A in Anaheim. It's not like he's been pitching against the Mariners, even though he beat them too at Safeco every single start. As for Chris Carpenter, listen, I know he's 3-0 in 5 playoff starts with a 3.30 earned run average. I know he's got a 3.05 earned run average, but just a 4-3 record in 17 starts this season. I can also tell you that at Busch Stadium, the new Busch Stadium, his career record in 67 starts, pretty damn impressive, 32-14 with a 2.58 earned run average. But let me also say, he threw 101 pitches in 7 innings of work on Monday. He's pitching on 3 days rest for only the second time in his career. The first one, Game 2 of the NLDS at Philadelphia, 4 runs, 5 hits, and 3 innings allowed. This guy has pitched probably 300 innings on the year. Tons of pitches, too. This guy is just like Justin Verlander, the Tigers. May go the 7, 8, 9 inning route, but he throws a ton of pitches in the process. And listen, a couple of the hottest Rangers batters, Beltre and Napoli, are combined 8 for 16 against him with 3 homers so far. Now, Chris Carpenter, I have to be honest with you, has been a guy that I have been screwed by repeatedly this season. Truth in advertising here, guys. In starts made by Chris Carpenter this year, in which I have either gone on or against him, I am 2-9. 2-9. So why the hell do I want to bet on the Cardinals tonight to bail out in this series? Plus, then you have to look at who's available in relief. If Carpenter has a tough time early, they're going to bring Kyle Lohse in. He had the 7.82 postseason earned run average and a 0-2 record. Are they going to bring Edwin Jackson in to eat up some innings? The guy who walked 7 in Game 4. I don't know. What's the Rangers going to do? Well, obviously, they can't turn to Derek Holland, but they can turn to C.J. Wilson on 3 days rest. And listen, C.J. Wilson was their closer a few years ago, so coming out of the pen, nothing unusual for him. They can still go to Feldman again, who I'm not quite sure why they pinch hit for him last night. Not quite sure at all why Ron Washington made that move in the 11th. And they still have the rest of their closers, who, okay, I know that the closer didn't fare well last night and coughed up the game, but still, you dance with the guy that got you, and the Rangers have not lost 2 straight games since August. So I'm going to go with the Rangers tonight as your free pick. Good luck, everybody, and I'll catch you again bright and early Saturday morning with your college football picks and previews.